Welcome back. This is Closing Bell. We're 20 minutes to go before the end of trade. Let's take a look at where markets are today. We've got the Nifty now almost flatlining, lower by just about 5 points. The Sensex down only 30 points, so we've come a far way from the day's lows. The mid-cap sector, that continues to be in the green, higher by over 0.5% right now. Let's take a look at some of the major losers and gainers on the Nifty. So you've got in the gaining side, hopefully, coming up on your screens, and I'll just pull it up in just a bit. You've got Ranbaxy that's higher by about 6%, Tata Steel that's up 4%, BPCL higher 3%, Hindalco up 3%, and IDFC, that one financial stock which has stayed in the positive today, up by 2.6%. TCS higher by about 2.5%. HCL Tech also doing just as well. And we've got in some of the other stocks that are gaining, Jindal Steel and Power, Ambuja Cement and Lupin. On the losing front, well, banks continue to be the big losers, but they've given up some of their losses through the course of the day. The top loser, though, is Coal India. That is down by 3%. So that stock continues to fall on the back of lack of clarity on when that buyback affirmation will come in. Axis Bank down 2%, ICICI Bank down 1.5%, Bharti Airtel down 1.5%, and then we've also got some auto stocks like Maruti down 1% in trade today. And with that, I think we can now head across to Varinder. He should be mic'd up and ready.
Yep, he should be mic'd and ready. Let's go across to Varinder. For a state on what's going to happen tomorrow. What are the markets looking at for tomorrow?
Well, there are a few stocks to watch out tomorrow. Clearly, Bayer Crop Sciences will be on the top of the list. Tomorrow is the record date for the buyback. Remember, the last time I checked, the price of the company was around 1520. The buyback comes around 1580. It will be determined that who are the shareholders who will be eligible for the buyback. India Cements, of course, will be in focus because there is a Supreme Court hearing tomorrow on the proposed panel to probe the IPL corruption case. Remember, India Cements always react whenever we hear anything on IPL corruption. And of course, on FT, we are waiting to hear order, which will be coming very soon on the E-Series bullion contracts. It will be decided whether E-Series should be, aggregated as a part of the paired contracts, which FMC is now currently regulating.
Well, thanks for that, Varun. So that's what you've got to look out for tomorrow. But let's go across to Shardul Kulkarni. He'll tell you what to sell today to buy tomorrow, or it could be the other way around. Shardul? Sell today, buy tomorrow?
Yes, we have 3 sell today, buy tomorrows. I'm not believing in this pullback which is there, and I believe that the primary trend is still down. So yes, we have 3 sell today, buy tomorrows. First is Reliance Capital October futures. Sell with 339 as stop loss. 305 is the target that I look forward, not only for tomorrow but over the next couple of days. The second one would be a sell in case of the Punjab National Bank October futures. Stop loss at 486, target 425. And the third one is also a sell with Canara Bank, stop loss at 239, target 215. It is not only a STBT, but you can carry the positions over the next couple of trading sessions.
All right, Shardul, thanks very much for that. Let's now go across to a story that's been breaking through the course of today. It is the Jubilant Life Sciences story, where the company has transferred internally its API and dosage forms business to a Singapore subsidiary. For more details on that transaction and the rationale behind it, we're joined by Shyam Bhartia of Jubilant Life Sciences. He joins us on the phone line. Shyam, thank you very much for joining us. Before we get to you with more questions, first, for our viewers, we'd like to recap what's happened on this transaction. So I'm going to go across to my colleague Varinder to just quickly fill us in on some of the highlights of what's happened today, and then Shyam will come to you with some of our questions. Varinder?
Well, the company has transferred the pharma business to its Singapore subsidiary. The valuation or the price they have stated is 1,145. Now remember, this is a big price to pay to transfer, because this constitutes nearly 87% of the market cap of the company. Also, there are 2 subsidiaries, one in the US and Belgium, which has been transferred to this. Most of the people believe that this is because of the listing, what they're expecting to do in the international markets.
All right, Shyam, let's put that question to you then. Is an international listing the key rationale for why you've done this internal restructuring, if I may call it that?
Yeah, I will give you a brief background.
Okay.
We have in Singapore subsidiary already 70% of our pharma business, which the businesses which exist in US, 3 large manufacturing facilities in US, and our European facility also. So this, what we are transferring, is only 30% of our pharma business, which was in India. We are transferring that. So this forms only 30% of our total assets, and also around 29% of sales, of total pharma sales. So 70% of the sales and 70% of the assets are already there in Singapore subsidiary.
But if I may follow that up, Shams, the Singapore subsidiary, I understand, is a wholly owned subsidiary, so this is an internal transfer. How have you valued what is currently, as you described, is 30% of your pharma business at almost, 80% of your market capitalization, because you valued it at 1145 crores, correct?
That's right. This has been valued by the certified valuers, and on the basis of the valuation, we proposed to FIPB to transfer this business at this price. So we are likely to do that in next 4 to 5 months' time, 3 to 4 months' time, to this business to Singapore subsidiary. Then Singapore subsidiary will have almost 100% of our pharma business.
Mr. Bhatia, this is Varinder this side.
Yeah.
Is listing the only option, or you are also open for any stake sale in the pharma business? Because now you have clear demarcation in terms of two businesses.
No, we are not looking at the stake sale at all. We are looking at the international listing of this business in Europe or US. We would like to talk to the investor bankers now in next 3 to 4 months. And within about 6 months, we would like to list this business internationally through part of the equity sale.
So can you give me more details on this pharma business which will be in Singapore? What could be the consolidated debt on pharma business? Because as Menka also pointed it out, this 29-30% of the business which you have transferred is nearly 80% of the market cap of the company. So investors or the analysts really want to know more details in terms of financials.
Yeah, we have the total debt in the pharma company is likely to be around $450 million after this transfer.
And will there be anything left on the Indian business which will be left after transferring the pharma business?
So our life science ingredient business, which constitutes almost 50% of the business, will be in the Indian company, Jubilant Life Sciences standalone, which forms almost 50% of the business, total business. So our 50% of the business is a pharma business, and 50% is a life science ingredients business.
So have you already started talks with some of the bankers to list this company overseas, sir?
No, the board has just taken a decision, and we have received just now FIPP approval. I think in next 3 to 4 months' time, we'll be talking to the investment bankers.
Anything else in this transaction, Shyam, that we should be watching out for in terms of this internal transfer? Because while it might benefit your local shareholders to see a business being transferred at such a substantially high valuation, I'm wondering if there is any cash involved or any payout involved to promoters, just looking for any red herrings.
No, there is no cash involved to the promoters because this is an internal transfer. So all the cash which will come from the subsidiary to the holding company, which is Jubilant Life Sciences.
All right. So as of now, we've gotten some basic details. Shyam, appreciate the fact that you joined us and took us through some of the aspects of that restructuring transaction. Shyam Bhatia there on Jubilant Life Sciences restructuring transaction, where they've moved their API business and dosage form business to the Singapore subsidiary with the intention to list that Singapore subsidiary in the months to come. With that, let's now head across to what's going on in markets. It's time
and the
to
market,
do that.
yes, Menaka, now back up at almost above into the green. We've got Amir Baliga joining us because Sudarshan is still with us. Anuj is here as well. Anuj, if I may come to you first. You've been talking about the texture of the market, so you should be happy.